neighborhood beautification. That's very important to Detroit. It's very important to block clubs, organizations, and people who live in the community. We got started with 2 lots and a vision of a treehouse center. Because if we can take these blighted lots, Detroit give us grants to be able to do something with them that the community wants, it's a plus because we're bringing our neighborhoods back to where we want them to be, where they should be. All because I live in Detroit.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'd welcome to this edition of In the Conference Room with Mark S. Lee. So glad you're able to join us on this beautiful fall day as we continue to talk to business leaders from in and around Metro Detroit, across the state of Michigan, as well as across the country. My name is Mark S. I am your host, as you well know that by now. And as we're going to continue the conversation with a unique app. That's right. A social media app has just been introduced, and I'm going to let my very special guest, Rahmaude Stringfield, explain to you what this app is. But I want you to sit back and relax and enjoy the conversation as we do this, as we do this almost each and every single week. So just sit back and enjoy the conversation. Rahmaude, good morning. Thanks for joining me in the conference room. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Mark? Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. And so I kind of tease the audience by saying you have a very unique app. Talk about your company and the app and your thought behind this app that you just introduced fairly recently, or you're becoming really ramping it up to get out the marketplace, I should say.
Yes, sir. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Rahmaude Stringfield. I'm founder and CEO of Rubler. It is a social media app. It is a competitor to legacy social media. Very unique in terms of some of our differentiators, which I'll get into. But first, I would like to say I was inspired to create this app in 2014. Going on is soon to be 11 years ago. And as you know, in business, there's a lot of ups and downs, but we finally made it to market this summer in July, and so far the app has been a success. We've saw substantial growth. We have thousands of people utilizing the app, and it continues to grow every month. And we're very proud of where we are so far, and we're going to continue to innovate. And you guys should be on the lookout. There'll be a lot of good things coming to the app, not only now, but in the very near future as well. So, what makes Rubler unique, per se, is we have two differentiators, core differentiators, as well as smaller ones. But the core are our app has no algorithms. It's now a lot of these legacy media, social medias have algorithms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever the case. With our platform, you can curate your own experience and you can control what you see. This is important for not only content creators, the everyday users, businesses, whatever the case may be, because you curate that experience. And as a business, you have a direct to consumer experience. So if you're a car maker and you want to get a feel for a response to your design, you could make a post, you could tag cars, automotive, business, whatever the case may be. And if you're a user utilizing the app, that will always be filtered to you because it's what you want to see. So it's very, very good for businesses in the aspect of they have that direct to consumer pipeline. We don't charge social media influencers or businesses or brands to utilize the no algorithm feature. It is a core functionality within the app, and it's great for everyone who's tired of seeing 100 things that they don't want to see. Or maybe you have 25 friends that you follow and you never see their content. So that's another element in terms of following interests and topics. And you can also follow your friends and family. And if you just wanted a very small feed, for example, you could say, I'll create a feed called Family. You can title it Family, and you could have that feed be only following your family members. So you never miss out on what your family's doing or what you guys got going or what's the family barbecue plans for the summer. So there's that element. And secondly, another one of our core differentiators is a feature called the Rate and React. And what the Rate and React is, it's similar to a Likert scale. You can react to something, but with intensity. We have our core reactions. There's 6 of them, like, love, funny, angry, and et cetera, et cetera. So you can pick one of those reactions, but then you can associate there's a scale and points you can associate with that reaction. So it goes 1 to 5. You may say, man, that stand-up comedian was so funny, you'll give the reaction of funny, but how funny was he truly? Was he funny? Okay, I'll give him a 1.
Right.
Or was he very funny and you give him a 5? This all goes towards a user's overall score within the app, which is called their root score. And that root
Hmm.
score basically outlines all the points you've garnered from every post you've made within the app. And to go deeper on a deeper level in terms of how that benefits not only business, content creator, and users, you can click that overall score on whatever business, brand, or user, and you can see their exact breakdown. How many 5s of funny did they receive? How many 1s of likes did they receive? And as we mentioned a few weeks ago, what makes this important is for brands, businesses, content creators, you can see, you can kind of read the room of what your
Yeah.
audience thinks about you or about the content you curate. You can not only see that from the overall score, but you can see that on every individual post. So any post you make, you can see that overall breakdown, but also on a person's overall landscape of timing on the platform, you can see it as well.
So let's unpack this a little bit further, just to clarify. Excuse me. So a lot of times in legacy social media apps, for example, there may be a like button. You just click on the like button. So it's like you
Correct.
see a post, you may just like it, number one. And then number two, because of the algorithm, if I'm hearing you correctly, I may only see the same people posting things as opposed to a plethora of individuals I really want to see. And if I'm hearing you correctly, so the rate and return. So, for example, there are different levels of that like button. So it's not just clicking on like, it's clicking on the intensity of the like. I really like it, basically, I really don't like it, whatever. And that's beneficial. Number two, I'm hearing you say that as opposed to seeing because of the lack of algorithm now, you'll get a chance to actually see more posts from like-minded people. Is that a fair summary of what I'm hearing?
Yeah, absolutely. And not just like-minded people, but content from any creator or business relevant to the topics you want
Hmm.
to follow. So when you're onboarding on the app, there's about 50 categories of interest that you can follow. And when your home feed is curated, it will be based on content relevant to the things you want to see. So
Mm.
when you follow those topics, you're going to see things you want to see. I love the NBA. I love basketball. I love NFL. I will
Yeah.
definitely be following those category tags if I'm a user utilizing Rubler, and you'll see all the latest and greatest updates around the NFL, football, and basketball. So you're not going to get something about basket weaving when you're following NBA and NFL. And we do a great job of ensuring that the content is pure to that, making sure that whatever topics and experience you want on the app, you get that experience.
And you've been testing the app because in the marketplace right now. So let me ask you, fundamentally, what kind of response are you getting to those users that have signed up or somehow downloaded this app? They're currently using. What's been your overall feedback and response to Rubler?
It's been great feedback. I mean, we've some of the feature sets we've already begun to implement. We have well, overall, just the feedback has been great. People love the app. They're excited because it's something new and it's something that users have been clamoring for quite some time. I'm tired of seeing the same things. I don't want to see, politically charged conversations. I don't want to see angry conversations. I want to see light. I want to feel good. And one of our mantras is make social media fun again. As cliche as it sounds, but social media over the last 5 to 7 years has been very difficult to navigate in terms of how people feel when they use it, mental health, a lot of those different elements. We're very aware of that, and we want people to enjoy their experience on Rubler. That is the biggest concept that we take near and dear. We want people to think Rubler's fun, enjoy the experience, see things they want to see. So that's what we try to capture with the platform. And overall, based on the feedback we've received since July, we're doing that. People are like, it feels so pure on Rubler. It feels fun. People are nice. It's a good community. I'm seeing the things I want to see. And one, obviously, these are all early adopters, so they're excited because they know a lot is up the pipeline. I'm very communicative to people within the app. I keep them in the know. I'm constantly posting about what we're doing, how we're updating the app, whether it's design related, technical issues, bugs, or feature sets we're rolling out. And we have a ton in store, and people are excited to be a part of that first wave of users to really grow with the platform at this point in time as we start to implement more stuff over time.
If you're just joining us, you're talking to Rahmaude Stringfield. He's the founder of the Rubler and has an app, right? They've been in business for 11 years. Back in 2014, you heard him say. But there's an app that he's been working on. It's really ramping up. It's been ramping up significantly this year. And it's different than the legacy apps. So legacy social media apps. You heard
Yes,
him
sir.
say, you heard him say that's making social media fun again. Let's come back to that concept for a quick second. Making social media fun again. So if I get on this app as well, a lot of times people are on the traditional or more legacy brands, so to speak, and ads will pop up and other things will pop up. Sponsored content will pop up. Will ads pop up on the Rubler app as well, or is it more direct without the advertising that constantly pops up? How does that process work for you?
So we do have ads, but it's very minimal amount of ads. They're very blended within their scroll experience. So honestly, I
Mm,
don't even notice them myself when I'm using the app.
yeah,
I hardly notice them, and we've made a conscious effort of keeping that to a minimum as well, because
I understand
not
that you got to pay the bills, man. I know you need
yeah,
advertising for sure.
gotta pay the bills, and but just from my social awareness of other apps and seeing some of the feedback on different platforms, that was something we definitely wanted to keep to a minimum within the app. So we're not bombarding you with ads. You'll see them, but they won't bother your experience at all.
Let's talk about, I know we talked about it from a business perspective. You also kind of reference from a more social perspective, being even outside of business, discuss the benefits from a user like me. Let's just say I'm unrelated to business. What else makes this unique? You have the rate and return component of it, right? You have the algorithms. Uh, Talk to me about other components that I will have fun as you make social media fun again.
Well, yeah. So some of the things that make our platform great is one, you can create your own feeds. That kind of feeds
Mhm.
into the no algorithm. But most times or sometimes there could be a platform where there's no algorithm, but you still can't curate necessarily your own experience by crafting a feed. On
Mhm.
Rubler, you can craft up to 100 different feeds. One could be art, one could be business, one could be family, and you can add or follow as many topics as you want, and you can follow as many people as you want. It could be one person, is you could say my wife and create a feed and only follow your wife on that feed and only see her posts,
Mm,
because you want your wife's feed to be totally uninterrupted by any other content. So
got
I
it.
think that is a concept that people will really enjoy, and we're starting to see it a little more in the app. As well as just we offer everything legacy social media offers. I mean, we have text posts, we have news and article sharing. We have multimedia posts where you can post a picture, a video, and GIF in the same post. We have video posts where your video stays at the top and you can scroll the comments and there's a description under the video. We have the mini player aspect where you can watch a video or a
Mhm.
movie or a show within the app and still utilize the app and scroll and go to different places in the app and explore the app. And we also have our versions of Reels and TikTok for all intents and purposes called Rubler Captures. They're very unique as they contain the rate and react aspect, and they show up on your feed. And we have editing softwares where you can mix and match and do different things. And we're rolling out more creator tools. And in the near future, we'll be rolling out subscriptions and live streams. So monetization is for content creators is coming to the platform very soon. And very importantly, we will be giving our content creators the bulk of their monetization. A lot of these platforms take quite a bit of content creator monetization revenue. We want our users to get their revenue, and that's something we definitely will challenge the market with our monetization concept. So everyone listening in, be on the lookout for that. If you want to be a content creator and you really want to monetize and you want to see your revenues, come over to Rubler.
Well, as we wrap up, give us the website and spell Rubler for everybody so they can clearly understand exactly how it's spelled and which website to go to as well.
Yes, sir. So Rubler, the website is www.rubler, RUEBLUR.com. And that's if you want to, understand our vision, what we're doing, kind of, as I mentioned, our origin of 2014 and how we got to where we are today in 2024. And we are available in the Apple Store and Google Play. So we're available on iOS and Android. So that is Rubler again, RUEBLUR. It should pop up right away. There's no other Rublers out there. We're the first and only.
Before I let you go, I do want to ask you one question because I remember when we first talked about it. It was an awesome. You gave me you basically sketched out the idea. Talk to the viewers briefly about how I think you sketched out the idea on a napkin or something along those lines. I thought that was pretty fascinating how you did that.
Yeah.
I get asked a lot of times, how do you come up with ideas? Where do you come up with ideas? But you have a unique way of how you came up with the idea and what you did to sketch it out.
Yeah. So I was actually getting my hair cut. And me and my
getting a haircut. There you
go. I was getting my hair cut. I love my hair. If there's one thing about me, I love my hair. I'm getting my hair cut. Me and my barber talking. I'm just like, man, wouldn't it be cool if there was an app where you could just like rate stuff and if you see some shoes you like, you can say, oh, those are a 5. And we're just kind of laughing, just chit-chatting about, different concepts like that. And he was like, yeah, you would think that something like that would have been out by now. And I was just sitting there in the chair and I was just thinking like, why not me? Why not? So I went home. I've been drawing since I was 3 years old. It's like, it's probably my biggest passion outside of basketball. I went home, took out my sketchbook. I start drawing. I start writing out the conceptual aspect of the app. And then I start drawing all of the icons, what the feed would look like, what the follow button would look like. I drew out every single icon. I sketched out every single feed. I wrote up every single concept. And from there, it just kind of took off. I start connecting with more people. And before you know it, 11 years later, we're finally on the market.
And that's a great way to wrap up this conversation. I want you to share that story because you heard what he said. He was joking with his barber, and ideas can come from anywhere. So just take the initiative, the ideas, and write them down. I always tell people, write down your ideas. Don't just keep them in your brain, but begin to write them down. And he sketched his out. Stringfield, I want to thank you very much for joining me in the conference room. This is an awesome, awesome idea that you and your team came up with. We wish you much continued success as you continue to roll it out. And keep us posted, and I'm sure this is going to be wildly successful for you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. A lot's on the way very soon.
And to all of you for tuning in, thanks for checking us out this week in the conference room with Mark Esley. We'll be back with more guests. And as we continue to unpack all these great stories across Detroit and beyond, well, make it a great day, make it a great week. And as we wrap up, hey, by the way, our Detroit sports teams are experiencing a renaissance.
Yes, I went to the Pistons game last night. Good
W. Hopefully the Pistons are not far behind. So we're going to support our Detroit sports teams as well as we continue to segue throughout this fall. And we'll talk to you next time in the conference with Mark Esley. Talk to you all soon. Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Because I live in Detroit, I was able to get tuition-free college through the Detroit Promise. I feel very fortunate working with the Detroit Promise. They were able to afford me so many opportunities. I'm currently studying media production and journalism at University of Michigan Dearborn. I'm looking to take my talents further into the production industry, short films. I love working with people here, and this is where I want to be. And that's why I'm Detroit for life. Detroit.